Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Well, we are here. Big up to every single one of you. As always, make sure to smash the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're here with PSG Inc. Today. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the channel.
No, 100%, man. I wanted to get you on because I know you're very, very opinionated, which is good. That's a good thing. Yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, big up to everyone. The link is in the title. If you haven't already subscribed, go over there and subscribe. This lad is always live. So yeah, big up to everyone. And yeah, where shall we start?
I mean, we may as well just start with the biggest one, which I think is Xavi Simons, obviously.
Okay. Yeah,
especially with the recent drama and everything.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm with you on that one. Let me just quickly change that, and then we'll go over to this one, just to put the news up as well. So the recent news is basically saying that we're trying to sign him on a permanent. I don't see that happening whatsoever, because obviously there's the whole thing with you guys not wanting to give PSV any of the percentage. Obviously, there's a percentage in there, which I understand, 110%, because obviously you lose money as the club. But yeah, that's basically what's coming out. I know that, again, I said it at the start, you're very opinionated, which is good, because you don't hold back. What do you think on Simons? Because I know I've seen a lot of your tweets and a couple of your videos on him, and I know that you really like him as a player. So what do you,
when it comes to Xavi Simons, I think it's a grading system you do for a lot of players, especially these superstar, dramatic, arrogant players. So here's their ability, and then here's their how annoying they are. As long as they have more ability than they are annoying, I'm okay with them. And that was the thing for Xavi Simons. But especially recently, he's been so annoying. Soon we are in a position where he's too annoying for his ability. Like, it's not worth keeping him, even though he's such a great player. I like Xavi Simons. I like his ability. I like his aura. I like that he can actually perform in big games and don't feel the pressure. The goal versus England in the semi-final, performing away versus Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. But I'm at a position where I'm okay with letting him go, obviously for the right amount of money, because I don't know what's wrong with it. He's just extremely immature and childish, I would say.
No, I can see that. It's like the whole point of the loan was obviously then to come back, and obviously you guys, everybody knows it's world news. Obviously, Mbappe's gone now, so there's a lot of wages coming back to you guys, and there's obviously a space open, for instance, for him. Even though, to be fair, if he was to come back just quickly, because I know that obviously Bayern Munich are heavily will come to us, but like, you guys, will you be able to fit him in your midfield? Because you've got Vitinha, who had a brilliant Euros. Same with Ruiz, and then I can't remember his name. Emery. What's his name?
Warren Zara Emery, the youngster. Yeah.
Like, you've got those three who are fantastic. So, what do you think on that?
I mean, first of all, I like depth, I like competition, and all of these players that you've mentioned, including Xavi Simons, are young, so it's really okay for youngsters to battle out. But for example, Doué is someone that we're linked with. If Xavi would stay at PSG, then I don't see the point or the place for Doué to come. So currently, I think that we have a lot of great midfield players, which will be competition for Xavi and each other. But I think there's enough space for Xavi in that PSG midfield. He can obviously also play as a winger, as a false nine, and so on. But no, I think there's enough. Just add one more player, and it's too much.
Yeah. I get you. Without a doubt. Like, to be fair, actually, just still talking about Simons, for now anyway. What do you think we'll move on to another player that you guys are being heavily linked with? who is Kingsley Coman. And there was some news to come out. It's coming from Christian Folk, basically just saying that there's an idea of maybe giving you guys a deal with Coman included in it. Would you do that deal? Do you want Coman? He's very injury prone. What do you think?
No. Look, Coman started off his career at PSG, and he's not going to end it at PSG. I think the only viable place for Coman to go to is Saudi Arabia.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Because he got high wages, he will expect a good amount of wages, but Bayern at the same time will want a good price tag, and I think Saudi is the place that could get him and get Bayern what they want. The thing is, the idea internally of Bayern to take advantage of PSG's interest, like they're talking as if like we're negotiating with Bayern for Coman. We're not. He's just part of on a list of wingers that PSG are interested in. The interest doesn't go above that, so. Yeah, I don't think that report is that serious.
Yeah, no, I agree with you without doubt. And I just don't see why you would even try and go for that deal. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't mean to keep rubbing it in because obviously you guys, you've lost one of the best players in the world. But at the same time, like, you're not going to bring in Coman, who is injury prone, when you've just had him back.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
Exactly.
I'm with you without a doubt. I generally think because you are the team in France, obviously, you're just going to get heavily linked with him because he's French and so on and so forth. So, without a doubt, I'm with you on that one. Especially with the money that they're seeming to want for Coman as well. Obviously this particular post saying that his agency is exploring potential transfers, which obviously doesn't mean PSG. And I know that he rejected a deal from Fenerbahce. So it's. I agree with you. The best bet for him is probably to go to Saudi. Obviously you're going to get a ridiculous amount of money on the fee as well as the transfer. So, I would have to agree with you on that one. Without a doubt. And then obviously the Coman replacement for Bayern, if we were to bring him in, is this guy, Doué. As you obviously know, he's obviously your. But it looks like you guys are ahead of us, in quotation marks. That even means anything, because I believe you guys have had 2 bids put in for him. No. The reports about the second bid are totally fake. Oh, okay.
So only one bid has been made, but the bid from PSG, I think, was at least 10 million higher than Bayern. I think Bayern's was 30 plus 5 or 35 plus 5, and PSG's was 40 plus 10 in bonuses. So I think maybe that's why they're saying they're ahead. Or it could be, obviously, because both clubs, like Desiree Doué, he still hasn't made a choice between PSG and Bayern, according to the big reporters like Fabrizio. So, but maybe PSG, I don't know how they could possibly calculate that we're ahead when we don't have an agreement with the player.
Yeah.
But my own opinion, I think we are ahead. Purely because I think Desiree Doué would want to make that move to PSG, similarly to Bradley Barcola, how he made it from Lyon to PSG and had a breakout season. So it's only logical senses why I say that. There are no reports, big reports at least, that have indicated what side he will choose.
Yeah. No, I get you. Obviously, someone that is watches the French league way more than me, obviously, because your club's in it. What do you think on Doué? Is he good enough to be coming to our clubs?
100%. As a starter, absolutely no. I don't think any Bayern or PSG fan should consider Desiree Doué. I mean, he could compete with the starter. I think he will do great stuff, but he's extremely raw. He's 18 years of age. This was like his first season when he actually played a lot of minutes, but even this season, he didn't play that many as some other players do. So, very raw, but extremely talented. The most talented midfielder in Liga and right behind Warren Zaire Emre. So, if he comes into the Bayern squad, he will compete. And the great thing with Desiree Doué is his versatility. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play in the center, he can play as a 10. So yeah, the sky's the limit for Desiree Doué.
Interesting. Yeah, because I, you know, when we do videos and everything like you do yourself, but like
yeah,
like who is this guy? Like without being disrespectful, just like who is this guy? Because obviously I have no clue. So it's good to hear from someone that actually watches the league way more than me, obviously. One thing I did want to ask you as well, with Kolo Muani, is he up for sale?
He's like half up for sale. So the only concrete thing is that PSG wants a new number 9. The two players who have been mostly linked with is Julian Alvarez and Victor Osimhen, especially recently. And for one of them to come, we would like one of Kolo and Gonçalo Ramos to leave the club. If we had to choose who we would want to sell, it's Kolo Muani. But Gonçalo Ramos is easier to sell because more clubs are interested in him and he has a much lower wage. So it's easier to move him off the wage book. But yeah, both of them are like half on the transfer list. We're just waiting to see clubs flirting with him. Oh, this club maybe wants him. How much? Done deal. We'll make it happen. And we push the player out. But I wouldn't say he's on the transfer list.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. And then the other player I wanted to talk about is this guy, Joshua Kimmich. Obviously, he is a Bayern Munich player. I would definitely consider him as a legend. I really would.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I'm not going to read that whole thing. I've already made a video on it. But basically what it's saying is that Bayern Munich are prepared to give him another contract, but they want him to take a pay cut. It's absolutely ridiculous when it comes to in his prime. Why you would take a pay cut in your prime makes no sense whatsoever. I understand from a club perspective, they're trying to do it to lower wages and so on, but at the same time, it's dumb. But obviously, you being linked with him, you are one of the clubs. You are right by saying that. What do you think on Kimmich?
So I mean, I've been reading and knowing the Kimmich situation at Bayern ever since January, because we were actually linked with him in January, just that Bayern didn't want to let him go then. So I read a lot about his contract situation, which has been a roller coaster at Bayern München, with Thomas Tuchel coming in, getting sacked, which, I mean, Kimmich didn't have that great of a relationship with Tuchel, had much better one with Nagelsmann, and then he shockingly got sacked. You've obviously also switched sporting director from Oliver Kahn and Halilizich to Herbal, who you just got. So it's a lot of stuff that's happened to Bayern, but Kimmich, because he loves Bayern and is loyal, still wants to stay at Bayern. I still think that's his priority. But I remember back before in January when him and Bayern were having contract talks, he wanted a higher wage, especially when I think 5 players are ahead of him in the wage bill at Bayern, and he thinks to himself, that's impossible. It shouldn't be like that, especially as you said, he's in the prime of his career. This is when he's able to get the highest possible wage in his career. And you now saying they want to give him a pay cut, I don't know how Kimmich will take it, because at the end of the day, I don't even think maybe he will care that much about the money. It's more maybe he feels disrespected by the board for everything he's done for the club and all of that. But I still think he prioritizes staying at Bayern and extending.
Yeah, no, I can see that without a doubt. And I think the problem with it is obviously Thomas Muller, Manuel Neuer are both legends as well. And both of them are on the same contract with an extension, where obviously, they're looking to cut his wage, Kimmich's wages. So, yeah, I don't know how he's going to take it. The problem with it is it's not necessarily a problem, but a lot of players, Alphonso Davies being one of the main ones, obviously his agent has been flirting with everyone, mainly Real Madrid, but with everyone, where Kimmich doesn't have an agent, if I'm right by saying. I believe he is his own agent. So that's why it's taken so long, because he's probably on holiday after the Euros, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, where would you play him? Because I personally like him as a right back, as a Bayern fan. But what are you thinking as a PSG fan?
I mean, I think out of all PSG fans, I'm one of the people that are least interested in Kimmich, because I don't really think that's something we need. If we can finalize the Joao Neves and Desiree Doué signing, I'm looking at that midfield as a complete midfield. Kimmich would obviously come in and help with the experience, leadership. This is a guy that's won the Champions League, that's won the treble under Flick. But is it worth it? That's the question mark. As you said, you see him as a right back. His best time last season, at least, came as a right back. Even though I still think he can play in the midfield, I'm just not that excited about the potential signing of Kimmich. And if he signed for the club, I could see him. I don't know if he comes, he would have to be forced to start. Like he can't go to PSG and not be a starter. So. Yeah, the only thing I can say is, yeah, I would see him as a midfielder then, in a double pivot next to someone. Maybe if it... Yeah, I don't like this transfer at all, man.
No, 100, bro. And again, that's the reason I wanted you on, because you're very opinionated, and that's the...
like, what's your plan with Kimmich? Do you see him strictly as a right back? Can he still play in the midfield and play well enough for Bayern?
Yeah, I think he can play in the midfield, and a lot of the football Twitter, which you obviously never go off of, but a lot of them are saying, let's put him in next to Polinia. And I'm like, but then you're taking away from Pavlovic, who was a bright, like one of our brightest stars last season. Obviously, we had a terrible season, but in general, he was one of our better players. So why are you then going to go and ditch him? You know what I mean? Just to put Kimmich back in the midfield. Yep. Like when we won everything, when we won the sextuple, he was playing right back. We had Thiago and Goretzka in the midfield. I don't know where this whole obsession of playing at number 6 is. He can't do the number 6. He's a box-to-box midfielder. That's the way I see it. He's very creative. Obviously, he can do his defensive duties, but he's not an out 6 just because he has it on his back. And that's a shirt, but it doesn't mean that he's a 6. So. Yeah, I want to keep him because obviously I feel like he's a legend, like I said. But at the same time, if he's going to try and force his way into the midfield, just give it to him.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, yeah, big up to everybody that is in the chat, though. Thank you for the constant support on the channel.
Big up.
Again, thank you, obviously, to you as well for posting it out. One thing I did want to ask you, just off the cuff, because I've got one more person to ask you about other than that, is Ugarte. I know that he is linked with Manchester United. What is he any good?
So Manuel Ugarte is, I would call him a bit of a one-dimensional player. Okay. So he adds some stuff, which is tackling, recovering the ball, anticipating passes. He's probably the best in the world. Probably the best, like, defensive midfielder in the world, just in that sense. But then, like, his ball playing ability it's not bad, but it's mid, especially for being a 6 for a top side. So I would say Ugarte is a player that you have to compensate your team around a bit. For example, at United, they could potentially play him in a double pivot, whilst when he was playing at PSG, he played in a single pivot, where... Like, he needs someone next to him that is good with the ball. It's a bit similar like Real Madrid. They had a Kroos, Casemiro, Modric midfield. But when they were playing the ball up, it became a Kroos, Casemiro double pivot. And Casemiro moved forward and Kroos was dropping deep. It's just that Luis Enrique and Paris Saint-Germain don't see Ugarte. They don't think he's that good that he will compensate the team around him, which I totally agree with. But I think at a club like United, who keep less of the possession and sometimes sit back a bit and are ready to counter, Ugarte suits that much more. So I would say the main reason we haven't seen a good to the best version of Ugarte at PSG is because of how Paris Saint-Germain plays football. And Ugarte's best version does not come in that tactic, in that formation, in that team, and so on. But he comes in other teams. For example, with Uruguayan Sporting, he's always played in a double pivot. PSG was the first time he actually had to play as a single pivot, and yeah, it just didn't work.
Okay. Because I know that we were linked to him, but I think that was just to try and push the Polinia move along. Obviously, they do that all the time. We also were linked with is it Mikelele? Is that how you say his name? Probably
Mikelele, yeah.
Yeah. Is he still a PSG player? Is he?
Yeah, he's still a PSG player. I think he has a contract until 2028, maybe.
Oh, okay. I know that we were looking at him before we bought Sancho Bowie, I believe, from Turkey.
Galatasaray.
Yeah, I think Galatasaray. That's it. Yeah. What do you make of him? Obviously, we're not going to go and get him now, but what do you like? Is he good enough to like? Is he good right back? Obviously, the problem is you've got Hakimi, the best right back. So, you know, he's not going to get those game times. But you shaking your head. Yeah. He's not very good.
No, Mukiele, I mean, once again, a bit similar to Ugarte. It's less about the quality, more about the profile. Mukiele is more of a defensive right back, and for example, how Luis Enrique uses Hakimi is he inverts him. Hakimi has like 70 up to 100 touches per game, creates so many chances, especially offensive before it's, and these are just stuff that is not what Mukiele is good at. Mukiele is much better at defending and so on. So once again, we won't see a good version of Mukiele in PSG because of how we play and how he would want to play in a team. But he should be offloaded as soon as possible from PSG.
Okay, fair enough. Stay away then, Bayern, please, if somehow you're watching this. Because we seem to have a fascination with right backs. I think we've got like 4 or 5 right backs at the club at the moment, which is just a pain in the ass, to be quite honest. The last person I wanted to ask you about before we go into the comments, big up to everybody in here. Smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, check out PSG. It's obviously in the title. Click it, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Last player I wanted to ask you about, let me go, which one is it? That one, bonk, is this player, Matthijs de Ligt. Now, I know that Manchester United are heavily linked with him, obviously Erik ten Hag and all of that and so on. I believe, I want to say in January, when he wasn't getting game time, you guys were looking at him, if I'm right by saying.
Yes, so in January we're looking to strengthen our team and potentially signing Matthijs de Ligt. It was also that Milan Skriniar right in January got injured in the Trophée du Champion final and he was out for at least 4 or 5 months. He did recover quicker, but we were in a situation where we're looking for a centre back. And now in the summer, obviously we didn't get Lenioro. And Lucas Hernandez obviously received an ACL and will be out until December. So we're still looking for centre backs now in the summer. But from what I've heard, de Ligt, like we're not that interested in de Ligt, and then de Ligt, I think he maybe wants the move to United because I think they can guarantee him a starting spot.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's the only problem, isn't it? Obviously, the fact that he's already worked under Ten Hag, and then obviously the whole presentation, if you want to say, of the Premier League. Even though we all know it's ass, but right. Let's go through these comments to see what people are saying. Right, let me quickly just change this back. Bosh, there we are. Right, what we saying? Right, scroll up. Big up, man. How you doing? Hopefully you're all well. Bayern Munich have no money unless we sold it. I would say otherwise, personally, but okay. Bayern is not broke. Bayern and PSG, kings of farmers leagues. I'm guessing you're a troll. I just find it funny that Real Madrid fan, that would actually sound funny, but you're an Athletic fan, so you won one league in however many years. Let's move on. Big up, Bob. How you doing, bro? Hopefully you are well, man. It has been a while, most definitely. Service to you too, Justin. Hopefully you're doing well. Man United signing Ugarte. Yes, exactly. Yep, without a doubt. You're getting the love, which is good. Big up to everyone that is coming from PSG Inc. Without a doubt. I like Simons, but Bayern would be better going for Almo. I disagree, personally. I disagree. What are you doing here? Without a doubt, big up Ansar. Thank you for that. Make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and also check out PSG in, obviously in the title. Like I said, I don't think Simons is worth 90 million. Yeah, that whole ordeal and that tweet is fake. It's not real. We're not spending 90 million for him. Actually, I didn't ask you, how much would you want for Simons?
Around that price tag, 90, 100, 110, something around that.
Do you think PSG will go down or not? Like,
No, the thing is, I mean, you said it's fake, but from the report, it is said that it's Bayern who have made the 90 million bid. So PSG are expecting more than 90. So if that is true, that is possibly Bayern's first possible bid for Xavi. Because PSG will try to squeeze out as much money as possible because we're not in a desperate situation.
Yeah. I believe it was Paletti Goal that said that it was fake, if I'm right by saying. I can't find it right now, but yeah, no. I get it. You know, obviously he's a super young player, talented player. Obviously, Euro tax on top of that performance that he did for Leipzig. You know, he was really good in, you know, for the Netherlands, which was a bad Netherlands team, to be honest. You know, so yeah, no, I'm with you without a doubt. Why didn't we get Goesi? I have no clue, bro. I have no clue without a doubt. Simons Nation. Dani Olmo is better than Simons. Would you say Dani Olmo is better than Simons? What do you think?
No, I mean, you can go and ask. I mean, they do not exist, Leipzig fans, but if you find a Leipzig fan, go and ask him who was better for you last season. And he will say Xavi by a quite distance. Dani Olmo is still a good player, very good player.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Yeah. Stopped England winning. What's the news on Osimhen to PSG?
I mean, we want him. There will be new talks in this upcoming week because all that's left is for Napoli and PSG to find an agreement, which they should find soon because I think both clubs, PSG is willing to pay what Napoli wants and Napoli is willing to drop a little bit for PSG's sake because they want to sell Osimhen. Now they've already gotten Lukaku to the club. But it also depends on PSG selling Colomani or Gonzalo Ramos.
Okay. Interesting. Because am I right by saying that he, Colomani, I've got the name on the brain now. Osimhen, I believe he had a release clause. Is that not a thing anymore? Is it like you negotiate? I'm guessing you're negotiating with them.
With who? With Napoli.
With Napoli, because I believe he had a release clause. Is that no longer?
He does, but so what happened was no club was really interested or in for Osimhen since the beginning of the transfer window until maybe now. So Napoli dropped it / expected the PSG that just came to not be willing to pay that 130. So we do not want to pay 130. We're looking for in between 90 to 110. So we're pretty much selling Xavi and using that money to go. I mean, we'll get the money next year, but yeah, that's what we pretty much are doing.
Yeah, no, I'll get you. And would you be happy with Osimhen? I'm guessing yes.
100%. I think out of all the players that are available, he is the best striker that is available that can guarantee us goals because we need goals now that Mbappe is left. So I don't think there's anyone better on the market than Osimhen.
Because he was already in. He played for Lille, if I'm right by saying, before going to Napoli. Yeah,
I think he played there 2 seasons. Yeah.
So he's obviously already done it in your league anyway. It's not, you know, you have to worry necessarily about him performing or flopping or anything because team. Big up Bayern FC. How you doing? Big up YouTubes. Big up. How you doing, AK? What else we got? Where was this channel 2023 channel award voted at? The World Soccer Talk Awards 2023 is where that come from. I had to get that, but there is actually an award. I haven't just made it up. Big up, Max. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. The PSG aren't going to want Goretzka. Let's not even ask him about that. That's a joke. Big up, Alexander. How you doing, mate? Smash the likes without a doubt. Have we got any other questions for you? Wait, thought Bayern already signed. No, they didn't. No, we didn't go and sign him. No. Yeah, you're dreaming with that 70 million price tag on Ugarte though.
Yeah, we PSG are definitely.
Without a doubt. What do you think you'll get for him?
Anywhere between 45 to 55. Because PSG will be happy with that because we bought him for 60 last summer, so it's close to that 60. And United should be happy with that price tag when bums like Caicedo is going for 120 and so on. So, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because who will you play with a DM now? You got Danilo, right? No, not what's his name?
No, so I mean we do have Danilo Pereira, but he's been converted into centre back over the past 2 seasons. So it's a little bit like Xavi Martinez at Bayern before, where he played both centre back and DM. But no, our 6 for especially the deep part in the Champions League and so on. Yeah, we appreciate it. The deep parts in the Champions League, Vitinha was our deepest midfielder. As it was with the Portuguese national team, a little bit in a double pivot with Palhinha.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, that is definitely someone. If we didn't have Pavlovic, someone I would love to go and sign. Obviously, you're not going to let him go.
Vitinha.
Yeah, he
is.
Yeah. Because I seen you gassing him up, and obviously you watch him way more than I do. But I seen you gassing him up in the Champions League. And you were like, you put out a video or something about him being the best midfielder in the world.
Yes, sir.
And then after I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough. I went and watched him. He scored a banger in that game. I'm like, okay, maybe he's on to something. Europe just gone. He was Portugal's best player. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely someone I would absolutely love, without a doubt. Big up to Mo. How you doing? What do Bayern fans think of potentially losing Ligt? Do you guys? Yeah, I would say we care. I think the problem with it is the board have made a decision, and then when you basically tell the player to get lost, he's obviously now made his decision that he wants to go to the Premier League, go to Manchester United, Erik ten Hag, so on and so forth. So it's we're in that stage now. If the deal goes, I think he's already gone in his head anyway. So yeah, I don't see us getting him back, if that makes any sense, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, make sure you go sub to him if you haven't already. There's a reason he's on 20k, for real. So yeah, big up to everyone. I don't know why we're calling you a caveman. Is that a joke or?
Yeah. They some of them call me caveman. I mean, not now because I have braids. But when I don't have braids, my hair is a little bit everywhere. So they like to call me caveman for that. And I don't like fade or anything. So I have like full hair from here. I just let it grow.
You just let it go. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Ligt to PSG. They were linked with him. They still could be linked with him. But again, like I said, there's no chance of that happening now, I don't think. Felix to PSG. Is that Yao Felix, I believe?
Yeah, I think he's talking about Joao Felix. I mean, he's an Atletico fan as well. Because they want to remove him. I mean, so Felix is just another Coman. He's a player that the respective club that owns him wants to get rid of. No, I would not take Felix. Would you take Felix?
No. I think and this is the problem with the whole players from Portugal. I wouldn't touch any of them right now. Let them become the superstars and then go for them, because Benfica already want over 100 million for him. Whoever goes and gets, I can't think of is it Neves? I believe is his name. Yao Neves, I believe is his name.
They were after, yeah.
Yeah. I think he'll flop wherever he goes. Hopefully, if you do go and get him, he doesn't for PSG. But at the same time, I just think wherever he goes, he'll flop, because it seems to be the case on every single player. I think the only one that you could say otherwise, and also correct me if I'm wrong, is Diaz, that plays for Manchester City, the centre-back. Because Ramos obviously hasn't hit the ground running, the player that you guys got obviously gone on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't think of Enzo Fernandez. Maybe, I know there's obviously controversy around him right now, but as a player, maybe. But again, Chelsea Premier League dead. To be honest with you,
exactly. Yeah. No, Enzo.
Yeah.
And is the one I would say he's probably the most promising amongst all of those Benfica outlets, but I mean he hasn't anywhere close shown that he's worth that 120 price tag that Chelsea had to pay for him.
Yeah, without a doubt. Is this true? Why did El Yorho reject PSG to join United?
Yeah. So from what I know, from the reporters that I trust, Lenioro in his order, in his ranking, had Madrid first, PSG second, and United third. But United made like double the amount bid of PSG and Real. So Ren wanted Euro to go to United. They were pushing him to choose United. And then I've seen some reports that his camp said, out of all these three clubs, United is the one that you will have the most guaranteed playing time in.
Yeah.
So
the report
he did reject us. I'm not going to run away from that, but it's not like a bad rejection, I would say.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, because I seen something, the fact that he wanted to go to Madrid, but obviously they didn't have that much money on the thing. United, obviously, like you just said, put the most money in. I don't know if it's true, but I seen some reports saying that they were the club he was at were looking to not play him at all next season if he doesn't go to United. I don't know if that was true or not, but yeah.
They probably did something to pressure. I said logically they wanted to accept that United bid, because I mean it was 70 million for a player with 1 year left in his contract. I don't think they expected at the beginning of the window to receive that kind of an offer.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Big up, man. How you doing? No name. Hello, I am your channel. Big up, without a doubt. Thanks to G for sending the link to the stream on Twitter. Subscribing and joining the show. Thank you very much, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. Right, what we saying. I'm just trying to go through some of these. Who's gonna win the Ballon d'Or in your opinion? Vinicius probably.
Yep, good.
I think it would have been Bellingham if somehow England won. But I think it'll be Vinicius. It wouldn't surprise me if they give it to Messi again, though, to be honest. It just wouldn't, to be honest with you. Would any of you take Anthony Martial on a free? No. Would you take Martial at PSG?
No. I like Martial, but no, this is not charity.
To be fair, I would have taken him when he first went to United. To be fair, but yeah, that's not going to happen now, is it? Without a doubt. What else have we got? If a midfielder decides to part away with us, we should take Rabiot. I don't want Rabiot. From what I've seen, he's very, very hard to manage. I don't know. Do you know anything about? He did play for you guys, didn't he, Rabiot, at one point?
Yeah, I mean, his issue was his mom. His mom is his agent, and I mean, she pretty much essentially fucked up his career. So, I mean, he's a rat. He's a snake. I mean, he comes from our academy. He snaked us, and now he's looking to come back. No, I would. And he's mid as well. He's not even good at football.
Yeah. I'm with you, without a doubt. Don't care about that one. Just talking about what's your view on Kimmich's situation? Do you want him to leave? I want him to go if he wants to play in the midfield, because he's going to screw up our midfield. I think he's a great player. I think he's a legend. I think he's amazing. But at the same time, he wants to play midfield. He has to go.
Yeah.
Rodri to win the Ballon d'Or, he deserves it.
No.
I don't think so. I think he is one of the best DMs, if not the best DM. Obviously, you guys won 4 straight back to back, but at the same time, you know, PSG won however many back to back. Bayern won 11 back to back. You know, get on our level to be straight up. Big up to you, AK. Obviously, you're a good lad, but in general, you know, we've already done that. So welcome to the Farmers League. Big up, Cole. How you doing? Just say Anthony Martial for 5 million. Take that. No, because his wages are ridiculous. I believe he's on like 350,000. So yeah, no, I'll hard pass. Hard pass. Big ups to Liam. Big up to you, Bo. Is this Bacola you have?
Big up. Is this book you have? Oh, because of what? Because of the braids? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A compliment, man. That's a compliment. I'll definitely take that. Is he worth the hype though, Bacola?
Oh yeah. Like I think Barcola is better than Yamal, for example. Like I think Barcola is legit a crazy football player. He just at the Euro, sadly, Deschamps for some reason didn't want to play him and start him, even though in the small minutes he got, he absolutely destroyed. So I think he's gonna have a breakout season this season. Especially, you know, we were close and we pushed for signing Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, but he's not gonna come. So Barcola is gonna be the 100% starter in that left wing.
Yeah, I can see why Napoli won't want Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen to go. But yeah, I would take Kvaratskhelia as well, to be honest with you. I'll take him in a heartbeat. I think he's amazing.
It is.
What do you think about losing Doué? I don't know why, but for some odd reason, Bayern Munich are basically going with this whole we can only afford one in Xavi Simons and Doué, even though we would give PSG the money next year. Like, I don't really understand that, to be honest with you, but whatever. If you guys get him, you get him. I didn't even know anything about him. I've said it in the show, but yeah, I had no clue who he even was. So I'm not going to have too much comment on it. Agree. I love Joshua Kimmich, but he needs to stop the midfield gimmick without a doubt. I'm with you on that one. Premier League harder than both leagues. You say that, but how many Premier League winners have there been in the last couple of years from the Champions League, other than Liverpool and Liverpool, Chelsea, City? The rest of them can't even touch it. Everybody else gets slapped up. So
yeah,
right. Because okay, people will just tell me about Mbappe. Nah, I'm all right, mate. I also think he's a rat. So we're on the same part there. I can't stand
Great.
I think he's a prick. When are you doing a calling show? Maybe at some point. Can you ask does Doué as a replacement for the left or right wing and can start as a midfielder? I'm guessing that's for you, man.
I think Desiree Doué will get a majority of his minutes off the wing and more off the left than off the right.
Okay. There we go. There is your question answered. Pick up. If Simons, Kane, Ola Simons, Ayala, this text is scary. Yeah, without a doubt. And that's
100%.
That's the thing I'm most excited about, of course. And then obviously, if you then add the fact or the possibility of getting Wirtz, I don't think we'll get him. I still think there's a chance because of the fact that we're the best team in Germany, or biggest, shall I say, not the best. We lost the league, damn it. But yeah, the way I see it, if you then put Simons on the right, you go and put Wirtz in the middle, Musiala on the left, Kane up top. that's also scary. So without that, yeah. What are your thoughts on Vincent Kompany being the Bayern manager?
I think it's a risk. I think it's a risk in a bit similar to when we got Galtier. Galtier had never managed a big club. Obviously, Galtier had beaten us to Ligue 1. So he at least made something more impressive than being promoted to Premier League and then getting relegated. But I think with Kompany, it's a risk. But it's a risk that Bayern München are willing to take. Because, I mean, didn't you get rejected by so many managers? And, I mean, there aren't even that many good managers available for the moment. So
yeah, no.
I understand them doing that. They even asked Pep about advice, and he said the Kompany's a good shout. So
yeah, no, like the problem is the board is so egotistical because a normal club, if you want to say, has the manager, and then above them is the board, and then normally the owner is above them. Bayern, obviously, we have shareholders, so we go from the manager to the board to the supervisory board. So we have a board on top of the damn board. And that was one of the reasons, because Julian Nagelsmann was coming back. That was a done deal. And then one of our main guys basically fucked that up. So yeah, that is just what it is. I've just missed that comment. Where'd it go? Doué's coming to PSG. Bayern fans just forget. We'll see about that. We will see. Where's Sane going, mate? Anywhere except Bayern Munich. Anywhere. Yeah. Do us a favor, please. You've got loads of money. Go and sign him.
There's actually one guy usually on my podcast that always, not recently, but always talks about Sane passively. But I just think ever since that injury at City versus Cardiff, he just isn't the same player anymore, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, well, I think he's a really good player, but he does my head in. Like, how he's on 20 million a year blows my marbles. To be honest with you, like, it's just stupid. If you had to take one player from PSG at Bayern, and if I don't even need to necessarily read the rest of it. Vitinha. it's not a hard question. I'm taking him all day, every day. Other than that, I know he's getting a bit on now, but it would also be Marquinhos. I think he's an absolute scumbag.
Marquinhos.
Every single time he plays against Bayern, he's always bloody shouting in one of our players' faces.
But is that something like that Bayern need? Are you thinking just who you would pick, or who would you pick that would suit Bayern? Because you don't need like a centre back. There are other positions you need more.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. To be fair, I do think we do need a centre back if we get rid of Ligt, because Upamecano or Upamaguire, whatever you want to call him, he obviously isn't doing anything, to be honest with you. And then obviously, we're going to go get Jonathan Tah, who is a downgrade to Ligt, which is stupid. And then Kim and Jay didn't have the best season. It's and then we've got Eric Dyer. Like, are we going to have Eric Dyer starting at centre back again? That's the question, isn't it? Is Mbappe finished? I wouldn't say he's finished. Go on. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying, to the previous question, he asked you, and then in the same, he asked me who I would take from Bayern.
Yeah, who would you take from Bayern?
Musiala.
I was gonna say, bro.
I mean, he's like, Musiala is here, and then everybody's here. Like, he's more valuable than like so many other players at Bayern. So,
what about Kane?
Even though we're not looking, maybe I would actually take Kane more than Musiala, because we are more in need of a striker than an offensive eight. Yeah, one of them too.
Yeah, let's not link them, because that might happen. You never know. You never know these days. About the Mbappe being finished, though, I don't think he's finished. I think he's just obviously, he's got his dream club, but in a scummy way. Like, it's not the right way. Similar to Lucas Hernandez. For us, obviously, he's done good for PSG, but he snaked us to leave, and then obviously went to PSG. So it is what it is. Do you think we should consider signing a goalkeeper this summer? No, not yet. I'm guessing you're a Bayern fan, Clash. If you're a PSG fan, then I would still say no, because you got Donnarumma. But no, we've got Peretz as the second choice, and then we've got Nubble as well. Thoughts on Kane having 0 trophies? I think people go too much on him, to be honest with you. Like, whatever. Oh, you're a Bayern fan. Okay, cool. Kane, Kolomoani swap deal? Yeah, that's not happening. That is not happening. I would go absolutely red. Musiala is better than Kane, in my opinion. He has a better potential, without a doubt. Liam, if you had to take one player... we just did that, bro. You just did that. Newell, the future. Yes, he is. Yes, he is the future. Yeah. What is your opinion on Davies? Will Madrid? Yeah, you don't really want to know my opinion on Davies because this won't get monetized. Yeah, I think he's a rat, to be honest with you. And the problem with these players these days is they see Real Madrid as the pinnacle and they will literally destroy everything to get there. They don't care about anything. But let me go to Hala Madrid, when they're then going to go and put him on the bench. So, like, you do the Madrid way or you piss off. It's simple as that, where you can just have a different... You got Zlatan, for instance. I know he's obviously one of most favourite players. There's a reason he's in the background. There's a reason he didn't go to Madrid. And he definitely could have gone to Madrid at some point of his career. You know, obviously I know the Barca and all of that, but like another player, look at all of the clubs he went for. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
two, shall I say? I've taken loads of your time, man. Did you want to end? Just notice the time.
We can take some more questions and then finish off.
Okay, you just let me know whenever, man. Whenever.
Yeah, we'll do 3-4 more questions.
Okay. Right, what we got? What's this coming with?
I mean, that could be a small issue, but I mean, you want to hope the best that company is that good of a manager that he won't prioritize his private relationship with Sané over wanting the absolute best for Bayern.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one as well, because as soon as company, you know, there's obviously that popular video of Joshua Zirkzee being a diva and obviously company shouting at him. Yeah, that's going to be Leroy Sané, mate. You might have been friends at Man City, but that guy's got an attitude problem. Yeah, without a doubt. I don't think he's... Obviously, I'll ask you, but I don't think you care, really, do you?
Well, what is the question? How do you feel about possibly losing Ugarte? In another world, Ugarte would have cooked at PSG. But we do not exist in that world. So I'm happy that we're getting the money back for him. And for his sake, because he's been a professional player at the club, I'm happy he's getting a move to a club where he will be more prioritized and get more playing time. Yeah.
No, I'm with you about that. Is Tal good enough backup for Kane? Yes, he is. They're looking at Mbolo. Mbolo can Mbolo himself. That made no sense. But he can piss off, basically. He's absolutely ass cheeks. Shouldn't be anywhere near a big club. But yeah, if they don't trust him, Tal will leave eventually. Because you can only be there for a certain amount of time, you know, especially when you've got big clubs coming in for him and trying to get him. If Davies leaves, then Theo Hernandez be the good replacement for Davies. He's going to cost way too much. I think Milan will want way too much as well. That's the problem. I tell you someone I would like is Nuno Mendes. Don't think that's going to happen, but in general, that's a player I would like to bring in. What's the chance of Neves? Oh, I just clicked the wrong thing. What's the chance Neves will join? Oh yeah, what's the chance of Neves joining you guys?
100%. 100%. He's already agreed terms, and pretty much every reporter has suggested that Benfica and PSG are like 1-2 days away from reaching the agreement.
Okay. Are you happy about that? The whole with that deal, are you happy with it? You know,
I mean, it's a Luis Campos masterclass, because for 1 month and maybe 2 weeks, Benfica's stance never changed. It was paid release clause, or you would not get him. But a lot of stuff happened in that time. For example, João Neves agreeing terms with us, João Neves rejecting contract extension talks at Benfica. His agent, his family pushing for the move to PSG, and now we may be able to get him for half of that 120 million price. So it's been a sensational negotiation from PSV, from PSG.
Holy crap! So you see, this is the thing, isn't it? You can play like you are a big boy in this football world, but when the big boys come in, if you don't stay on your stance,
exactly.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm with you.
And usually, I mean, Benfica are the best-selling club of the recent time in football. They have the highest transfer income. It just, for some reason, it was the interest really wasn't there from other clubs because the price tag was just too high. That there was no like competition for the signing, and that left PSG completely alone, negotiating and fixing it.
Yeah, I get you. Coman can go. He's injury prone. I don't think that's a good selling point, by the way. He's basically asking, do you need Susao Lugarte to finance the Neves transfer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're like interconnected.
Yeah, what about that? Should Nubel start over Neuer? No. Nubel shouldn't even be signing a contract extension. He's in, obviously you'll know about him at his days with Monaco. I don't see what they see in him. I don't think he's that good of a goalkeeper. Maybe I'll eat my words. But yeah, I don't think he's very good personally. Would you take Goretzka on a free?
On a free, yeah, I would take him on a free.
Yeah, I actually think
it depends on his wages.
Yeah, I don't know. Bayern on a free, he's obviously going to want a ridiculous amount. But what is he actually? Come on, load. He is currently on 18 million a year. That's euros. So he's not on that much money, but he's still on a good amount, obviously.
Yeah.
Rumours as a Kane. I don't know too much about him. I know that there was a big hype with him in Benfica, but yeah, probably not. No. I want Matthijs to prevail. We need to stop putting him on the wings. Cool if he plays there, cool, but at the same time, play him as the damn striker. That's what he is. He's a striker. Would you get Kimmich? I'm guessing that's to you. You obviously said no. If anyone has just joined, he said he's one of the PSG fans that go on his channel that isn't necessarily in for Kimmich. But yeah, I believe that's all the questions. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Thank you for the support. It's been a good show. I've definitely taken up way too much time. Big up to you, as always, Mo. And yeah, man, keep smashing it. I always see you live. Yeah,
appreciate it.
It's good to have you on. And if somehow we get you, it seems that we always get you in the Champions League, then obviously we'll talk again, obviously. Big up to everyone. Hopefully, guys are all doing well. Smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to Mo. It's in the title. Hit that damn subscribe button if you haven't already. And until then, mia sa mia. Peace out, people.